In this section we're going to look at ComplyPro's working with interface requirements. From my home page, if I click through to the interface log, that's now taken me to a set of interface requirements and the associated linked information to those. I'll just view this in an above-below view so that we can see more of the attributes at the same time. So let's have a look at an existing interface, and then we'll also create an additional new one. So looking at this first interface here, we can see that there's an interface requirement here for the CCTV camera to rotate to cover the door when the access door alarm is triggered. So we've got two separate systems here with the requirements which will be in two separate design packages potentially. So we've got the CCTV camera system and we've got the door access system. So there's going to be requirements in each of these designs that need to work together in order to achieve this interface. So this interface has currently been accepted as an interface by the design teams. It's capturing the last modified by and the last modified on dates for this particular interface requirement. It's also showing me now the three linked design requirements which have been specified as being necessary to achieve this interface. So at such time as these three designs are completed, this interface will be satisfied and working. So I can also tell the current build validation status of each of these requirements. So the build evidence has been proposed for DP01.1 but accepted for 0102, and as yet nothing's been proposed for 2.1. So if I look down the bottom of the screen, I can see the linked design package items. So that's the full detail of 0101, 0102, etc. If I just scroll up a little bit more, there we go, we can see the full detail concerning DP01.1 here. And so for every linked design item, that's be shown in the linked DP item separately, and that will be relevant to which item I click on. You see there are no linked design items to this particular interface as yet. We'll do that in just 1 second. So the workflow here associated with the interface status, if I double click on that, it gives me a set of choices, but I can only now at this point from a draft format just cancel it off and withdraw it, or to actually propose this interface for consideration. So let's just say I withdraw this one. Okay, so that's withdrawn. If I double click on that, that's the end of the workflow. I can't move any further. If I look at this third one, okay, then I can potentially propose this, but before I do that, let me just take this particular interface and specify some design items to achieve this interface. So if I select, I'm not going to pay much attention to which items I'm selecting, but if I look through through here and find say 0107, I can right click and link to requirement, and here it is, it'll pop up here now. I'm going to associate this through interface with an item from here, so let's just say choose 2.3, link to requirement. These are all my different design packages on the system, and also say 0202. So I've now got on here, I've got 3 different interface design requirements to achieve this particular interface, and now I'm going to propose this interface for consideration. Once this has been proposed, the next set of choices in the workflow will be for this to either be accepted or rejected. So depending upon, now we've explained earlier the different roles in ComplyPro and how that can control who can make these different status changes, and that's obviously I'm an admin at this point in time, so that I can make all the changes. But it may well be that you can only propose this interface as a designer, but you have to be accepted or rejected by the interface manager. So once it's been proposed, then you wouldn't be able to move any further. Right from withdrawn, there's nothing further to move from there, but because I'm an admin, I can then accept or reject this interface. If I was to reject it, then it's obviously now rejected out. So that is how I store my interface information, and at such time as I want to create another one, just simply right click and insert an interface after. Here it is, and I can then obviously follow through and complete another interface on the system. Thanks very much.